So first job, I think like a lot of kids, was just cutting the yard. And I learned a lot in this first job. And one of the things I learned about was leverage and not to negotiate without it. So I'd found out that one of my friend's parents was paying him $15 to cut the yard, where I was getting 10. And I told my dad I would not, I wanted $15 to cut the yard, and he did not say anything. So the following week I cut the yard and waited for him to get home to pay me, and he did not, and I asked him why, and he goes, "Oh, you'll be cutting the yard for free the rest of the summer. You're not in a position to negotiate." And so along with my first job, I learned a very valuable lesson about leverage and do not negotiate without it. Another great lesson that my grandfather taught me. I was probably 11 or 12 years old, about the same time of the cutting the yard, and trying to get him to talk him into buying me a four-wheeler. And I told him I had good grades and I didn't get in any trouble. And he said, "Scott, how much money do you have?" And I said, "I've got about $200, $300. How much is the four-wheeler?" "About $3,500. And he goes, "Let me tell you something. Love is unconditional. Help is not. And so if you want a four-wheeler, come to me when you have $2,000. And so within that, I learned that just doing the right things doesn't entitle you to anything more. It doesn't entitle you to a pat on the back, to any kind of trophies or accolades. You do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. You do a job and you do it the right way because that's what the expectation is. In Arkansas, businesses are not opening or operating under shortened hours because they simply can't find people to work. And when you as a small business owner are competing against government, it's an impossible battle. And unfortunately, that is where we have found the position that small business owners have found ourselves in. I'm a small business owner. I have a small assisted living facility. And so we're taking care of some of our state's most vulnerable citizens. And it is incredibly difficult to find people to work because there unfortunately have been, greater incentives for them to stay at home than to work. And, within that it robs people of their freedom. When you become dependent upon somebody to give you something for nothing, it robs you of your freedom and your ability to chart your own destiny and your own future. And I think that's very unfortunate because there are so many things that come into working and, showing up, providing for yourself, for your family, and doing what you can for yourself, because that's where true freedom lies.